What's up, boss?
Oh, how y'all doing?
Great
to see you, man.
partner.
Yes,
Cheers.
sir.
You good?
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, yes,
Thanks
sir.
for making time for us.
Yeah, appreciate y'all having me.
Yeah, man.
So we're on SEC Network. You're a Southern boy that played quarterback in college. I don't want to talk about Jacksonville State and Ryan Perilou and all that. All right. What were Friday Night Lights like for you? What did that mean to you?
Well, I played baseball and basketball as well. I loved sports growing up. That was a big part of my sisters as well. They both played ball in college, and football was always my passion. And I think maybe in 8th grade, I got moved to quarterback, and I finally earned the starting position. That was where my passion laid at. The music thing was something I did kind of as a hobby with my granddaddy Buford. He's a big country music guy. But Friday nights was kind of what I lived for the majority of my life as a kid.
Well, I do want to talk about Jacksonville State because I think it's like one of the best kept secrets in the Southeast, man. When we cover races at Talladega,
Oh, yeah.
I'd go up to Jacksonville State and watch football, watch baseball, whatever else. What was it like being behind center for the Gamecocks?
Well, it was really like that was my dream as a kid, to play college in the hometown that you grew up in. I mean, we played my high school football games in Jacksonville State Stadium until I was in 10th grade, and we built the stadium at the high school. But it was kind of it was an awakening moment for me. As 18 years old, you don't have a lot of accountability coming out of high school, and then you get thrown into a college situation where you're 5:30 workouts, and you got to make yourself go to class and everything. And seeing how there's no shortage of great athletes either. I mean, we were a Division I AA when I played, so we had a lot of transfers. This was before NIL and the ports. You could transfer to Jacksonville State from Auburn or Alabama, and you didn't have to sit out a year.
Ryan Perilou.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to bring it up. Nah, I was a starter in the spring of 2008, and we signed Perilou off of LSU's national championship team, and he was Matt Flynn's backup, but I think he SEC championship MVP that year. Just great player, great athlete, but there were 2 or 3 guys that were better than me that were on the team. I mean, we had some great players I played with, but I learned a lot being there, and certainly those relationships, as you know, in sports, when you go through something like that together, those are the ones you're buddies with forever.
But that competitive nature, understanding that accountability and diving inside yourself to find the best version of yourself has to transfer to what you do now.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, I wasn't going to make it to the Cowboys. I played football, and I enjoyed the opportunity I got. I'm glad I did it. But for me, that's what I took from it was that, nobody's going to make me do this. And with a music career, it's very similar. Like, you can be as successful as you want to be. I mean, nobody makes me do anything. I don't have to do an interview or play a single show. I can sit at the house. I can hunt all November if I want to. But when you have opportunities, you got to know what you want to get out of it. And for me, I was very motivated. I framed houses for about 6 years when I got out of college, and I thought, writing songs sounds fun. It beats being on the roof in 100-degree weather in Alabama.
All right, so you mentioned being outdoors. All right, we got these questions we're asking everybody. You're camping. You got just your guitar and a cooler. What's in the cooler, and what's the first song you're playing on that guitar?
That's a good question. I'd say maybe some cold beer, Busch Light, something like that.
Told you.
There you go.
Yeah. Maybe In Color, Jamey Johnson. It's always one of my favorite covers.
What an incredible song. That's one of the best written songs in the history of country music, any music.
Yeah, and talking about Jacksonville State, Jamey went to JSU for a little while. I had a burnt CD somebody gave me, bootleg copy of him, his albums long before he ever, had a record deal. And Randy Owen, Jacksonville State alumni. So we had some musicians come through there. I had a lot of guys to look up to.
One of the greatest conversations I've ever had. I had the blessing of sitting down with my grandfather, and he was the preacher man in George Patton's Third Army in World War II. And it was this incredible conversation, 6 hours long, where he was actually sharing with me about the war. And then I heard In Color. It was right around that same time.
Yeah.
And the perspective that gives you, and the way Jamey wrote that song, it's just...
Well, that generation that went through those, times we can't even comprehend, they're not braggy about it. My granddads would tell stories, and it was just more matter of fact. It wasn't how you see today. Everybody wants to brag about what they've done, and that's something about that generation that I miss.